Hi everyone, here I want to do several questions related to topic 13. I want to solve this equation, so I will see I have one equation just based on cosine theta. So first I have to find cosine theta, but my intention is to find the angle. So first I solve for cosine theta and then I find theta. The first step is I have to factor cosine theta, so I have 1 minus 7 cosine theta squared equals 0. When I have something multiple something equals 0, either this one is 0 or this one is 0. So if I have cosine theta equals 0, what is theta? Theta is cosine inverse 0, which is 90 degree. Okay, and the other one is 360 minus 90, which is 270 degree. Okay, so one of them is 90 degree and one of them 270 degree. Okay, next, 1 minus 7 cosine squared, right, equals 0. So cosine theta is 1 over 7, sorry, cosine squared. Okay, so cosine theta is plus minus square root of 1 over 7. When I have a squared, then I have two values, one positive, one negative. Okay, for positive value, I have cosine theta equal that. So theta is cosine inverse. Okay, cosine inverse this one, which is, when I use my calculator, the result is cosine inverse bracket radical bracket 1 divided by 7, then I close bracket, I close again, so it is 68 degrees. Okay, 67.7, then I round to 68 degrees. Okay, so the other one is 360 minus 68, which is 292. Yes, 292 degrees. Am I right here? So yes, 292 degrees. Okay, so this is another answer. I have another one. So far I have 4. How about for negative value? Okay, for negative value, it is cosine theta equal minus. Okay, but I said I have to use positive. So theta is cosine inverse on positive 1. Okay, which is the same 68 degree. Okay, so 68 degree. But I know this is not my answer. I know cosine must be negative. Okay, but 68 cosine is positive for 68 degree. So cosine is negative here and cosine is negative here. Okay, so if I have 68, the one which is related to this one is 180 minus 68. The one which is related to this one is 180 plus 68. Okay, so one of the answers here is this one and one of them is here. Okay, I have 6 answers because I have cube equation, so maximum I have 3 answers for cosine, and for each answer I have 2 angles. So I have 90 degree, 270 degree, 68 degree, 292, and 180 plus 68, which is I think 248 degree, and no, this one 248 degree, and the other one I have to reduce. Okay, reduce 180 minus, so which is 112, I think, right? Okay, so if I have negative value, I use inverse on positive, but then I have to check the circle. Where do I have negative for cosine, or negative for sine, or negative for tangent? Okay, how about that? So tangent 2x is negative this guy. Okay, so negative value this one. Okay, so 2x in this side, I cannot bring 2 out, doesn't matter. 2x is tangent inverse, I have to use positive value. okay, absolute value. So it is, I think, 60 degree, okay? But that's not my answer, because 60 degree tangent is positive for 60 degree. So I have to make the circle, I have to make 4 parts. Sorry about that. So I have to make 4 parts, which is here. So then I have to check. Tangent is negative here and negative here, okay? So if I have 60, the one which is related to this one is 180 minus 60, which is 120, and the one related to this one is 360 minus 60, which is 300, okay? If you use tangent on this one and this one, you will see the result is this guy, okay? So, but remember, 2x is 120 and 2x is 300. So what is x now? Okay, so x is 60 degrees and x is 150 degrees, because I have 2x equal those values. Okay, so the next, this one, I have something multiple something, so this one must be 0, or cosecant theta can be 0, okay? Cosecant theta plus 2 can be 0, okay? If tangent theta is 0, theta is tangent inverse 0, which is 0, and 180 plus 0, which is 180, okay? So I have one angle here and the other one here, okay? How about that? If I have cosecant theta equal 2, means cosecant theta is minus 2, which means 1 over sine theta is minus 2, because my calculator doesn't have cosecant inverse, so I change it to sine. Okay, so sine theta is minus 1 over 2, okay? So I make a line here. So theta is sine inverse. I have to use positive value. I said if I have negative, I use positive. But then that's not my answer. 30 degree. This is not my answer. I have to check. I make a circle. I make this. I make this. Based on Cass rule, sine is negative here. Sine is negative here and here. Okay, so one of my answers is 180 plus 30, and one of my answers is 360 minus 30, which is 300 degree and 210 degree. Okay, so I have 4 answers: 0, 180, 0 degree, 180 degree, 210, and 300. Okay, see, when I have cosecant, I have to change it to 1 over sine. If I have secant, I have to change it to 1 over cosine. If I have cotangent, I have to change it 1 over tangent, because my calculator has inverse function just for those. Okay, so here I want to solve this one. I cannot solve it for cosine or sine both together. I have to make them all based on one trig function. I cannot change cosine to sine because I have cosine power 1. So the one that I have sec power 2, which is sine squared, I change to 1 minus cosine squared. So if I have cosine squared, I can change it to 1 minus sine squared. In this case, I just have to change sine squared. So I change it to 1 minus cosine squared. I want to change it to just one function, and then I simplify, and then I have one quadratic equation. Okay, so that's a quadratic equation here, this one. Then I use my just the quadratic formula in order to excuse me, solve it and just find those values. Okay, so my answer is -1/2, but this is for cosine. So I have cosine theta equal 1 over 2. Theta is 60 and 360 minus 60, which is 300 degree. How about the other one? The other one is -1. So I use theta equal cosine inverse 1. Okay, so I go here. So when I use for 1, my answer is 0, but I know cosine is negative here and here. Okay, so because I use -1, so it will be here 180 degree. So one of the answers is 60 degree, one of the answers is 180 degree, and one of the answers is 300 degree. So 60 and 300 make cosine theta to be 1 over 2. And 180 make cosine theta to be minus 1. And both of these values, minus 1 and 1 over 2, make this equation equal 0. Okay, so if I have a negative value for sine x equal negative, or for cosine x equal negative, or tangent x equal negative, so I use sine inverse or cosine inverse or tangent inverse on positive value, but the angle that I find is not my answer. I have to use the circle to see where do I have sine negative, where do I have cosine negative, and where do I have tangent negative, and then I find the angle 180 minus or 180 plus or 360 minus based on which quadrant I am. Okay, if I have cosecant or secant or cotangent, I have to change them to 1 over sine, 1 over cosine, or 1 over tangent, because my calculator doesn't have any inverse function for those. I hope these are helpful. These are good questions. I posted the many websites. You can find many questions there. Watch them. And if you use this method of solving, if you have negative value, that's very easy to find all the angles. Then you can do Wiley plus question. You can be ready for the test. You can work on all those links. Those are not mine, just I found them, but they have many good questions which are very good for your test number 3. Good luck.